We took a B2B SaaS company that had real traction but zero scalable go-to-market strategy, leads coming in randomly through word of mouth, and turned cold email into their #1 revenue channel. In their first year alone, we generated almost 500 qualified leads, hundreds of appointments, and 52 closed deals before they relied on referrals and going to expensive trade shows. You know how that goes. 3 days of standing in a sweaty convention center, eating mediocre buffet food, and giving business cards to people who probably won't call you. Or you pay for a booth or speaking slot, which costs like $10,000 to $20,000 with no guarantee it'll bring you business. So they turned to outbound and brought us on to help. In this video, I'll break down the exact strategy and campaign learnings. One cool thing too was that as a byproduct of the growth, we helped them raise their next round of venture capital at a higher valuation. Investors value your company more when they see you already have traction on your own and a predictable marketing system that allows them to put $1 into your company and know they can get $3 back. They now have over 100 customers and are killing it. Also, if you're new here, I'm AJ Cassata, co-founder of Revenue Boost. And if you're a founder who has been trying to figure out B2B SaaS marketing and cold email keeps coming up as a channel, but nothing is actually working for you, you're in the right place. Stay until the end because I have a bonus to help with email deliverability that literally no one in this space talks about. And it is usually why campaigns fail even when everything else looks right. Now, here's the situation most founders end up in. You've built something genuinely good. You're excited about the product. But when it comes time to actually execute on your go-to-market strategy and start finding SaaS customers online, the wheels fall off. You send some emails, get no replies, maybe watch them disappear into spam, and you start to think cold email just doesn't work for SaaS. That's the wrong conclusion. Like outbound email marketing absolutely works. But there are a few things most people are doing wrong. This SaaS company was in a pretty common situation. This was an established business with a real product, genuine traction, and an ICP they already knew. Construction companies and blue-collar businesses. But they had hit a wall. There was no predictable lead generation. Leads came in through word of mouth when they got lucky. And the rest of their pipeline depended on trade shows and events, which were exhausting, expensive, and impossible to scale. They needed to crack online marketing, and they hadn't been able to do it. They didn't want to rely solely on events and word of mouth, as it wasn't predictable, and the events were expensive and tiring. The other problem was that they were innovating in a new product category. That sounds like an advantage, and in some ways it is, but it also meant they had no good way to name, position, or explain what they actually did. They had a great product and couldn't articulate it in a way that landed with strangers. This is where almost every SaaS cold email campaign falls apart before it even starts. Before we touched any campaigns, before we built a single list, we did something most people skip entirely. We worked on the positioning of the offer and the name. And a lot of founders treat the offer like it's obvious. Our software does X. But that's not an offer. That's a feature. Your offer is a specific named thing with a clear outcome attached to it. It answers one question in the reader's mind. What exactly am I getting? And why does that matter to me right now? Plus, you need to create buyer personas, figure out what the heck your ICP cares about, and position your offer and messaging around that. This is the foundation of any real B2B marketing strategy. Before distribution, before copy, before anything, you need to know what you are actually putting in front of people. Because this client was pioneering a new category, the messaging was genuinely hard. Even though they had traction, they couldn't clearly explain what they were selling to someone who had never heard of it before. So we worked closely with them on positioning, tested multiple offer variations simultaneously across early campaigns, and let the reply rate tell us which version was actually resonating with real people. Make sure you get this right before you do anything else. Everything downstream depends on it. Once we had an offer direction worth testing at scale, here is how we built the list. When it comes to finding SaaS leads online, there are a ton of databases. Clay, Instantly, and LinkedIn are the main three. But Apollo is usually where we start. It's a B2B database with over 200 million contacts. You set your filters, job title, industry, company size, location, and you pull a targeted list of exactly the people you want to reach. For this client, we were going after decision makers at construction companies and blue-collar businesses. We set the filters, pulled the list, and exported it. Now, if you are brand new to Apollo and have never set it up before, check out the mini course I linked in the description. It's free and covers everything you need to start and scale cold email campaigns, including how to use tools like Apollo to build lists. Anyway, this step is straightforward once you understand the platform. The real work happens next. A raw Apollo export is a starting point. You have names, titles, companies, emails. What you don't have yet is intelligence. This is where Clay comes in. Clay connects to over 150 data providers and lets you layer additional context onto every contact, verifying email accuracy, identifying tech stack, filtering out contacts who don't meet your criteria. The difference between a raw Apollo list and a Clay-enriched list is the difference between shooting in the dark and actually knowing who you were talking to.
Hey, real quick, how would you like a free 7-hour mini course on exactly how to start and scale outbound campaigns that book you appointments, and get you clients. If that sounds good, then click the link in the description and download it real quick. This is free, my gift to you as a subscriber. And definitely download this unless you hate leads and you don't want to grow your business. If that's the case, then don't do it. But otherwise, grab it and start putting it to work right away. I mean, this is literally so action-packed, so like straight to the point. You can pretty much just go through the whole course in a day, implement it tomorrow, and start getting booked appointments the next day. So it's very, very easy to follow. Grab the link in the description down below. Hope you enjoy it. And also, if you don't want to do this yourself and you would actually just like to hire a team to run outbound campaigns for you and book your sales appointments, then there's also a link in the description to book a call with my team and I, where you can actually just see what it would look like to have us just do all this for you. Anyways, thanks for watching, and let's get back to the video.
One of the most underrated email marketing tips I can give you is this: the quality of your list matters more than the quality of your copy. A great offer to the wrong list is still a dead campaign. It's like trying to sell meat to a vegan. Your offer doesn't matter. They're just not going to buy. Clay is how you make sure you're talking to the right people. I have a full Clay tutorial on my channel as well. I'll link that below. Be sure to subscribe and you'll get notified on all of my Clay tutorial videos. Now the list is built and enriched. Let's talk about what you're actually going to say. I want to be upfront. In this video, I am not going to go super deep on how to write cold email copy. The copy matters, but in the context of a full outbound system, it matters less than most people think. If the offer is wrong and the list is wrong, no amount of clever writing saves you. Plus, there's other videos on my channel that go deep into copywriting and messaging. What I will say for now is this: keep it short, keep it human, sound like a real person writing to one specific person, not a company broadcasting to thousands. And use spin tax, so every email in your campaign has slight variations in the wording. This protects you from email providers flagging your outreach as a mass send, and it is one of the simplest things you can do for deliverability. Now, because I know copy is still something a lot of people get stuck on, I built a custom GPT tool specifically for writing cold email copy for selling software and technology. You put in your offer, your ICP, and some context about what you're selling, and it generates email copy built around the frameworks that actually get replies. You enter your offer, your target audience, and any result or case study you want to reference. It generates your email sequence, subject line variants, and follow-up copy. From there, you paste it straight into Instantly and refine from there. I'm linking the tool in the description. Go use it. Okay, now your copy is sorted. Now here's the campaign structure that actually drives SaaS growth. Here's a mistake I see constantly. Founders build one big list, one campaign, load up thousands of leads, and blast it all at once. Don't do that. We run 7 separate campaigns, each targeting around 2,000 leads, smaller, focused, and built to generate real data from each batch. For our best performing clients, we typically run 10 to 15 campaigns in total. When you see that number, it can look like a lot of work, and it is. But that's why most people don't do it. Most of your competitors are lazy. They're still doing spray and pray campaigns. This is your competitive advantage. When you hyper segment your lists, your messaging is more powerful, and that gets you more leads. Plus, by segmenting, you can identify the best performing campaigns. Think of each campaign as a controlled experiment inside your broader GTM strategy. It tells you what's landing and what isn't. It keeps your sending volumes healthy, and it means every campaign makes the next one smarter instead of just louder. Here's the part of cold email marketing that most people rush. They write one CTA, send it to thousands of people, and wonder why it didn't work. We tested 12 different calls to action for this client. Some performed okay, most were average, and then we found the one. The CTA that outperformed everything else was this: would you like a short video walkthrough of how the software works? That's it. No 30-minute demo request, no call booking pressure, just a low-friction, curiosity-driven ask that let the prospect see what the product actually did before committing to anything. And here's why it worked. Think about the last time you paid for software without seeing it first. You didn't, and other people don't either. People want to see the value before they give you their time or their money. That CTA gave them exactly that with zero risk. Have you ever tried to explain your offer to someone and they just didn't get it or see the value? This is why. Showing is better than telling, especially in cold email. Let them see what you do and get the light bulb moment on their own. Anyway, that CTA wasn't our first choice. You cannot find your best CTA by guessing. You find it by testing, run multiple versions, let the replies show you what is working, and then scale the winner. Okay, I promised you a bonus tip at the start, and here it is. And I'm calling it a bonus because most people running B2B software marketing campaigns have genuinely never heard of this. And it is quietly destroying their results. 2 things you need to do to every single list before you launch any cold email campaign. First, delete every lead that is running an ESG security gateway. These are accounts where your email has to pass through an extra security layer before it ever reaches a human inbox. What that means in practice is your email almost never lands. The response rate on these leads is effectively 0, and sending to them actively damages your sender reputation across the entire campaign. Use AI to identify and remove these contacts from your list before you ever hit send. Second, remove all Microsoft Mailbox users from your list entirely. Only go after Google users. If you use Instantly as your email tool, it'll tell you which leads are ESG and which are Microsoft. I also linked Instantly down below. That tool powers our entire cold email agency and is super duper cool. Last year across our campaigns, we sent over 7 million emails. The data is clear. Microsoft mailboxes return significantly lower reply rates, and they are not worth the cost or the damage they do to your deliverability. Now, that doesn't mean you abandon those people. If someone has a Microsoft mailbox, go find them on LinkedIn. That is a far better channel for reaching them anyway. And once you have cleaned the list on both of those fronts, go into Instantly and turn on ESP routing so your Google sending accounts are only ever sending to Google recipient mailboxes. This single setting moves your deliverability from around 70% up to 95 to 97%. Do these two things before every campaign, without exception. So here is the full go-to-market strategy for getting SaaS customers through cold email. Build your offer and test it before anything else. Pull your list in Apollo, enrich it in Clay. Use the GPT tool to write your copy, add spin tags, keep it human. Run 7 to 12 smaller campaigns instead of one big one. Test your CTAs until the data shows you what wins. And before any campaign launches, delete your ESG gateway leads and cut your Microsoft contacts. This is the B2B growth playbook that works because it is based on what the data tells you, not what sounds good in theory. Now, if you are a B2B founder watching this and you don't want to go through the testing phase yourself, reach out, book a time using the calendar linked below, and let's talk about what we can build together.
Hey, I'm AJ Cassata, co-founder of Revenue Boost. Really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, make sure to leave me a comment and definitely subscribe right now so that you're notified of all the cool stuff we're doing, all the cool tactics, tips, and strategies that we share here on the channel. We help B2B companies scale to 7 to 8 figures. We've helped over 400 clients and we can help you too. And we share some amazing stuff on the channel here. So really hope you enjoyed. And if you do, let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe. All right, back to the video.